It's the Scarves and Prematch show. So Lady United gets set to take on Red Bull New York. 7:40 kickoff from Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Tyler in Sydney with you, back from the Benz. Tyler, 98 days I think it's been since Atlanta has played here. How do you feel? How
Yeah.
does it feel to be back? You were
Um,
here for the World Cup, but how does it feel to be back for LA United match, I should say?
that's the thing. It's like a little bit of a shock
Yeah.
because 8 matches through the World Cup, and it was just like energy in this place. And I'm hoping, like, look, this place is not going to be completely packed out, but Atlanta has done their absolute best trying to get people into the stadium, even though the team is struggling so bad. I'm hoping the energy is here. I want to see this place like it should be.
Yeah, there's I didn't know this until earlier. There's a boxing event going on at State Farm Arena right now. So you have this tonight. You had the Falcons last night. Braves are at home, so I mean a little bit of a light crowd tonight. Don't tell anybody I said that, but that's kind of where Lady United are right now, unfortunately. But like you said, hopefully someday, one day, it'll be back to its glory, packed out and without a seat to be found inside the stadium. Tyler, starting lineups are not out yet, but do you see any changes? Do you foresee any changes to the lineups? I don't. I just think it'll be essentially the same. I mean, you have Fortune injured, of course, but I guess a better question: does Paulo Diaz start tonight? What do you?
Well, that he would be. That's what I was going to say. He would be my one that I would look for sure as a change. I mean, why not start him? You have any Mihai out on a red card suspension. You need somebody there. I mean, you can put in Stian, and that's fine.
Yeah,
but you got a
we
new
go
guy
three in
here.
the back. Do you think, or
I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked. I mean, because you saw Tata kind of play around with it a little bit. It opens up things as long as your front group actually play cohesively. You also got to figure out like how is the striker situation going to go? Is it is it going to be kind of how it was in the past few games? You're going to see Miggy, right? You're going to see Alexi. They're gonna get the time. That's not going to be an issue. I imagine you'll see Fafapico up top. Maybe you see Cayman Togashi closer to the end of the match. But yeah, I mean, the big question mark for me is how is this back line going to look? And I think Paulo Diaz starts.
I don't know. I think he sees Dion and Alonso start tonight, and then Diaz in the 60th minute, just so he gets his legs underneath him with his first ever appearance with Atlanta United. I do think we'll see him in some form or fashion. Obviously, he has been training with the team, of course, but I just don't think he'll start. That's just my opinion. My question is midfield, and I think midfield we'll see William Ba, we'll see Sanchez. I think we'll see Jacob back in midfield with the injuries he has there. In a perfect world, you would start Riley, and Riley's not been great, to be honest with you. So you're kind of short of options there. So I think you do see Baez, and then Matt Edwards at right back. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with that. I think Jacob has been your guy that you can at least get a little bit of dog out of at the defensive midfield position. Matt Edwards has been serviceable on the right. I would like to see a little bit more out of him. But yeah, I would go with that because, yeah, I mean, Riley being out, Jay Fortune being out doesn't leave you a whole lot
We
of
have little issues with our connection here.
Oh.
No, a little bit of a connection issue here. So I think it's on my end, but it would surprise me to see how come. In fact, that's what I thought my predicted 11 would be, or that is what my predicted 11 was, is Jacob in midfield. This is gonna be a tough match for the Red Bulls for a lot of reasons. I mean, they're a playoff team at this current point. They're an eighth, but they're not a perfect team. I think there are some flaws in Red Bulls that you could really exploit. They're young, which they've been able to use to their advantage, but at the same time, youth wrestling a little bit of trouble. And my conversation with Daniel from Area Sportsnet, who covers Red Bulls, he said that left side with Matthew Dos Santos, the 18-year-old, has been a little bit difficult for them because he's so young, because he's really learning on the job. So I'd expect play to flow through that side of the pitch, through that side of the Red Bulls pitch, Atlanta United's attack. They're not good defensively. They've allowed the fourth most goals in MLS. So that's something that Atlanta United, yes, they've not been a good team in the attack, but maybe there's some little holes that they can exploit in the Red Bulls back line to at least take some chances.
Yeah, and the big X factor / variable tonight is going to be the fact that you're playing at home, right? Like, you've got some new guys that haven't even played here yet. Whether they actually get time or they're on the bench, we'll see. But after everything this team has been through this season and last season, more so how much the fans have been through, seeing the World Cup come through here, seeing the stadium do what it's supposed to do, if that doesn't light a fire under these players, I don't know what will. I think this is a game when you should see whatever version of the best is for this starting 11 for this group. You should absolutely see it tonight. I like to think that they're going to come out here with a little bit of pep in their step. I think there's going to be goals in this game because, like you said, Red Bulls' defense is not great. Atlanta's defense is not great. We'll see. We all predicted really high scores.
Yeah. I read the 3-2 Red Bulls, and let us know if you're watching what your prediction is in the chat. The big one, of course, is Julian Hall. And Hall's had a great season, 9 goals, 4 assists, but it's been quiet. The one that I'd be really looking for, you mentioned Dos Santos, the back line who has struggled. Yes, certainly Julian Hall is the big one. Jimenez is a new signing, was playing in Panama, was playing with Red Bulls 2, now has been signed to a first-team deal with Red Bulls, and he scored twice in Red Bulls' last match against Orlando City. So it's a player I'd be keeping my eye on, Tyler, along with Hall, along with some of the other youngsters that they have. Who specifically are you watching, I guess, on the Red Bulls roster?
I mean, Julian Hall's the one. But we've made the joke. We've been making it all season on MLS Monday, but like, this is Red Bull High School. They have a lot of young guys that they've done well. They've been really, really good. Punching way above their weight class, I would say. Michael Bradley, who we'll see how that goes. But Michael Bradley, he's not been afraid to let them play, and I appreciate that. You got to keep an eye on them. You've got veterans at the back for Atlanta United, mostly. I mean, of course, your wing backs are young, but your core center back group, they have been around the block. They should be able to play intelligently with the and kind of get one over on the young guys. But Julian Hall, especially, he's been tricky. He's been kind of a pest to play against. So I'm curious to see how Michael Bradley rolls him out, kind of what the game plan is, if they see anything particular in Atlanta's defense that they could try to exploit. But it's going to be interesting to see kind of the veterans versus the youngsters between New York's attack and Atlanta's defense.
So we do have not lineups up, but team benches, so we can kind of infer what the starting 11 is based on that. So Stan Gregerson is on the bench, so we will see. It looks like a Junior Alonso, Paulo Diaz center back pairing. Excuse me. Sergio Santos back in the team. He is on the bench. Ron Hernandez on the bench. Luke Brennan, Aiden Torres, Jaden Hibbert, Kevin Togashi, Igor Suarez Curry, and Steven Alzate all on the bench for Atlanta. Alzate, of course, very polarizing, and we won't get into that today. But it looks like Diaz and Alonso are your center back pairing, and it does look like we'll see Edwards on the right and Jacob in midfield. So kind of on board with what we were just talking about, Tyler. We don't have the official lineup, but again, we can make some inferences based on the bench that's what we'll see.
Well, I think what's interesting is 4 of your 5 defenders here are Tata Martino guys. You have Elias Baez. He's almost certainly going to be your left back. Then you have Paulo Diaz, Junior Alonso as your traditional center backs. And then in front of them, you have probably Tomas Sacco, I would imagine. And then you have Matt Edwards on the right. So 4 out of your 5 back there. Those are all the guys that have been brought in by Tata Martino / Chris Henderson. This is a perfect opportunity to show the trust that apparently Tata Martino put in these guys. I would love nothing more. And Oreos. I mean, you can't forget about Oreos. I'm kind of curious what I'm saying. But this would be a wonderful opportunity to keep a clean sheet. I don't expect it to happen. But that would be a pretty big statement for Atlanta's defense if that group could keep the ball out of the back of the
We
net.
asked about predictions. Omer's saying 4-1 Atlanta, so he remains optimistic about a blowout for Atlanta United. What else is on your mind? What other thoughts do you have about this match today? Let's kind of wait for the lineups.
We have brand new turf. Brand new turf. So the turf just got put in a few weeks ago. It got stomped down a little bit over the past week, especially last night with the Falcons and high school football and some other events. But this is brand new. This is not the stuff that was here before the World Cup. So we'll see how it plays. See how it plays with a soccer ball on it and not a football. But that's going to be a factor. It always is a factor. We've reported, we've heard players talk about how the pitch, when it's brand new here, it's different. It plays differently. So typically in the past, Tata Martino has really, really wanted that pitch to play fast, which is why they're soaking it like crazy right now.
We have big news from the starting 11 here. So I'll read it out. Lucas Hoyos in goal. Elias Baez, Junior Alonso, Matt Edwards, Tomas Jacob is your back line. Jacob starting at center back instead of right back, or instead of midfield as we thought. William Sanchez and Adrian Gill making his MLS debut for Atlanta United.
Look at that. Ed Sheeran.
And then Alvaro Fafa Alexi up front. Adrian Gill. I didn't predict that. I would have put Jacob ahead of Gill, but what are your thoughts?
Was Diaz in there?
Diaz is not playing. He is not in the team. So even though he didn't dress tonight, so that's interesting.
Wild. That's a little bit of a shocker. I mean, Adrian Gill, he wasn't on the. I don't think he was on the team sheet at all for the twos match.
Yeah.
My twos matches are getting mixed up, but I mean, I don't know. Good for him. I'm really curious to see how he handles himself here in front of the big crowd. You know, in front of the bright lights, as it were. He's a guy who spent a lot of time in Spain. He's got a pedigree. He just really hasn't been able to show it as much. So, hey, that's a wild card. That's a variable. I'm really curious to see how that one plays out.
And that's going to be the part of the pitch, Tyler, I think everybody will have their eyes on because, again, like we said, like Ova said, we thought we would see Jacob there. Instead, it's Gill who, this is it for him. He's gotten some mixed reviews, though, I feel like, with the twos. And I know he was brought in from Barcelona, like you alluded to. A bit of an interesting situation. We didn't know a whole lot about him. We knew that. I mean, if he came through Barcelona, he has to have some sort of talent. I feel like if Barcelona liked him because they don't just sign anybody. But started with the Barcelona Academy when he was 12. Played with Barcelona Bay, their reserves, but he was loaned up to Cornella. I'm pronouncing it wrong. He was loaned up to Cornella on loan, and then joined Atlanta United too. So interesting. I think again that's the part of the pitch I'm going to be taking a look at the most for Atlanta United. Can he hang with the Red Bulls? We'll see.
I think so. I mean, here's the thing: Adrian Gill, he's got talent. The one thing to keep an eye out for, based on how he has played with the twos all season, is going to be whether he can stay involved the entire match. He has a tendency to come out and be very controlling, and then he kind of flattens out a little bit. I want to see a 90-minute or whatever 90-minute performance. We'll see how long he does play. It's not like you have a lot of options to replace him. So, but no, I mean, I want to see him stay consistent throughout the match. I think he and Cooper could have a pretty good pairing, a pretty good partnership. So, but yeah, that's going to be the spot that we're all watching, because you make a change like that, and then of course Tomasako as a center back. We've kind of seen it a little bit before. It's a little different, right? You're not being asked to get forward as much as you are if you're a wing back. So can he stay home and be the more athletic, like, as I always say, great class in case of emergency guy that's going to pair with Junior Alonso?
Right.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not mad at Tata for trying something new, though. Like, let's go.
I mean, hopefully it doesn't blow up in his face. But Adrian Gill.
You got a wooden spoon in your face anyway. How much more can
Yeah, right, exactly. But Huckhope started back in Adrian Gill midfield for Atlanta United tonight. Any final thoughts, I guess, before we get out of here? You see the lineups. We kind of given our impressions.
No?
Anything else to add?
My big things are, we'll see how the new turf plays. Mm-hmm. We will see how Adrian Gill fits in with this group. And the biggest thing for me is just, are these players going to come out and show some emotion, show some fight to be back at home in front of their fans for the first time in over 3 months? That is my biggest concern, honestly, because if you don't see that in this match, if you lose, you lose. But if you don't see a competitive spirit and a group of guys that hate losing here after being away for so long, then we have a problem. So that's the biggest thing I'm keeping my eye on.
Maybe that's what you need is playing at home to break this funk that lady that it's been in, this really long funk that lately's been in. But 7:40 kickoff for Mercedes-Benz Stadium, Apple TV, of course, 1990 the game, of course. But tune in. We'll have 3 takeaways after the match, coverage on scarvesandspikes.com after the match. If you're watching for the first time, please like, subscribe, share our content. It really does help us out a lot. Helps us become your number one source for Atlanta United news information. So please subscribe, please like our content, and we'll see